Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, June 14th, and this is day 5 of 100 years to brave. 100 days to brave. It should not take 100 years. So, how's everybody doing? What did you think of the field trip yesterday? Did you enjoy it? I think that some of you are new to art or new to journaling, and I've journaled before, but not consistently. Like, I would journal a few days, 1 week, and then let it go for months and then come back and do it again. But I think that it is beneficial for us because we have so many thoughts. Women, especially, just carry an abundance of stuff in their heads. And I know that for journaling, it helps me sleep better because you get your thoughts and your worries out on paper, and then you're able to sleep. At least it's been helping me. I don't know about the rest of you, but for me, it's been beneficial because I'm sleeping without nightmares for the first time in months because I'm letting things go. So, before we start today's practice, um, I went to Michael's yesterday and I got my Twistables pencils. Uh, I'll show you what I mean when I said they like got the consistency of a crayon. Um, I don't know where mine are. I'm really frustrated. For all I know, they're still in a bag from vacation and my husband put it somewhere because I had all my art stuff together and then I didn't. So that was yesterday's field trip, was to Michael's. And then, sometimes when you go, um, you get coupons like this when you're signed up for rewards on their app. So I got a 30% off coupon that I will use later. So I'm a little shaky today. So I'm going to use my hand weight to try and maybe help the shakes a little bit. I don't know if you all have health issues, but for me it's shaking. Kind of looks like a boxing glove. Don't mess with me. So today's lesson is just start, basically. Take a step of courage. So the reading is 1 Samuel 17:37. Saul said to David, "Go and the Lord be with you." Just think about that a second. I think the hardest thing about writing is the blank page or computer screen. It's said that to be a writer is to have homework every day for the rest of your life. You remember that feeling, don't you? When you have a paper to write or an assignment to turn in, and you know you can do it if you can just get started. It's so hard to start, whether it's writing a book, training for a 5K, or any other dream you may have. To start the journey towards that thing, I don't know what it is for you. Is it not a journey to courage? The moment you take the first step, the moment you start, little seeds of courage, the ones I believe are already planted there right now, begin to sprout in your heart. You aren't headed out to find courage. It's in you. It is blooming. And it is with you as you travel and say yes to things that seem scary. Those little seeds of courage have been growing in your heart for weeks, maybe years. Then at some point, your heart began to beat with a different rhythm, and now here you are, ready to take the first brave step. You just have to start, my friend. that thing that is whispering on your insides. Maybe for you, it's writing a note, singing a song, making a phone call, having a conversation, composing a story, writing a check, booking that trip, sending an email, going on a date, reading a book, signing up. I'm trying to list as many options as possible, but you know the thing God is doing in your life better than I do. It's time to get quiet before the Lord and ask Him what it looks like for you to live a life of courage today. Just start. So be brave. What does it look like for you to take a step of courage today that will help you start? What does that look like for you all to take a step of courage? Could be a blooming flower, could be a seed. I think like of blooming flowers with seeds blowing in the wind. I'm not great at making flowers, but we're going to give it a go. So I'm going to use my new crayon pencils. And I think it was Vicky, one of our viewers did something, and it made me think what I was trying to do with the stars yesterday was the stars are your dreams, basically. Stars in the sky, shooting stars, wish upon a shooting star and your dreams will come true, kind of thing. So if you gather up your stars and those are your dreams, you have the to go get it and make those dreams come true. So, yeah. So you can write after you've done your art. You can go back and write over your art. The pastels don't like sort of to be written on, so I made 2 sheets of paper that I wrote on. Excuse me, allergies. My goodness. I took Flonase this morning. I don't. And I know what is going on. I know it's the azaleas in my yard, but so I'm just dumping these out because they're gonna go in a little cupboard anyway. You don't hold on to boxes. I don't like boxes. Boxes get wet and get gross, and so we don't hold on to boxes if we can help it. Oops. So those are my twistables. There's 24 in a box. You have like every color of this stinking rainbow. So we're going to start off with these. And then we may go on to paint. I know that I do dots for the middle of the flower. So I'm going to put you down so you can see what I'm up to. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Taking you on a little trip. And you can then write in your flower. You write on your petals. So it's kind of the reverse. We're gonna make the flower first, and then we're gonna write on it later. So I'm thinking maybe a yellow and pink flower. See, these are nice because they just come up for you. They're already sharpened, so you don't have to deal with sharpeners. I have a sharpener. I'm not fond of it. It's one of those handheld thingamabobbers. So don't mind me and my see they really fill in like a crayon. They're sort of waxy. So I'm just making like a stem. Petals. Leaves. There we go. That's the term. I just like these because they last and you have a pencil slash crayon for drawing and blending and whatever else you need it for. So I think we'll go sort of pink first. And I'm just going with memory of a flower, and you can do that too. Maybe you're good at flowers. Flowers really, their petals are kind of like heart shaped sometimes. It really depends on the flower. Sometimes they are more rounded. So there's a flower, and then we're going to shade it in with a different color pink. And a little bit of yellow later. So yesterday when I went to Michael's, I showed you stickers. There is a section in the middle of my Michael's that has stationery and paper and different different papers you can play with for mixed media, like Mod Podge them onto your journal. And one of these entries will do that. We'll make a Mod Podge of paper. You could do layers and layers and layers on a journal. See, as soon as one part gets dull or whatever, I flip it over and it is full of color again. Don't worry about this middle. That will get done. We're going to do a bunch of layering of colors. Not really paint today except for dots for the middle. And maybe seeds that blow in the wind. You can do a bunch of flowers or you can do one flower. It's really up to you what kind of flower you want to do. And we're going to do a little bit of yellow. And when you color over the pink with the yellow, you make an orange. So these still blend. That's what I like about them. I don't know if there's a flower like this. Maybe a hydrangea. So you're just putting a little orange, a little yellow into your pink to make orange. I think I may have a drawing to send one of you out a twistable box. Maybe Thursday. I'll have a drawing. And this is a drawing where you show me your journal entries, whether with everyone, just take a picture or a few pictures of your entries of what you did. You can either share them with the class or you can message me with them. And I will send somebody out a box of twistables. I just think they're neat because you can take them with you, except for me, don't lose them. I'm sure they're in the house somewhere, I just don't know where. I didn't completely, I wasn't the one to unpack the car, so I thought they were in a bag. I know they were in a bag. Where that bag is now, I have no idea. But I thought I had the bag with me. There's the middle. That's where the birds and the butterflies like to play. Get their pollen. They get their pollen on in the middle. And then we're just making bigger petals on the outside. You can do this or you don't have to. I like a flower with some oomph. Try purple. Hey Sabrina, how are you? We are doing 100 days to brave journaling session, Sunday through Thursday, because that's when hubby works. Usually at 9:30 in the morning. And this journal entry is about starting your dreams, starting your goals, starting to write, starting your journaling, starting whatever it is that you have put on the back burner and don't want to think about. It's taking the leap of faith that all will be okay. I know that looks a little wonky, but that's okay. So this reminds me of seeds from a flower that gets scattered in the wind. Yesterday we did stars. Today we're doing a flower. You know, birds take the seeds and run with them. So then you end up with flowers all over the place. Kind of like what they do with trees. But some of, the pollen of flowers end up with butterflies and birds and bees, pollinators. I have a pollinating garden, and I have some flowers that sort of look like this. They're little, but I made this one huge, and it's got a lot of, nothing happened to my hand. It's to help with the tremors. It's a weighted glove, so that my hand doesn't move around so much on its own accord. I always forget. I grabbed it and put it in my bag this morning to come out here. So, like I was saying, bees take pollen and then they have pollen. If you've ever seen a bee's butt, it's so cute because it's full of pollen and they're just moving along from flower to flower. That's how you get your um, vegetables and things to grow, to bear fruit, is these bees have to move the pollen around from flower to flower, and that's how vegetables are made. Crazy, isn't it? Nothing's wrong with my hand. I'm just tired of the tremors getting in my way. So I just decided to use my weighted glove, which is kind of heavy, but it it helps the tremors behave themselves. How are you doing this morning, Mary? Are you feeling better? So I'm erasing these big fat lines in the middle. And I'll go back over with the yellow. That's the other nice thing about these crayons slash pencils is you can erase lines somewhat, make them fainter so they're not huge and in your way. So I'm just coming along and erasing these lines of interpetals so it looks like a more cohesive flower. See? And then we'll go back over with the yellow. So if you missed it, I'm going to do a drawing at the end of the week, like Thursday or so. I want to see your journal entries for the last week. And you can either share them on my page under one of these videos, or you can send them to me via Messenger. I just want to see what you guys are doing. And then I'll pick a person to send a box of Twistables. Again, if you think this would help one of your friends, go ahead and sprinkle the love to them. I can't say the word, but it's that little box down at the bottom of your screen. The circle, oval around it. That helps gets people over here, and maybe I can help them too. Journaling is not hard. It's just about getting going and doing it. So, I'm just gonna put these away in my marker bag where they probably should have gone in the first place, and then I wouldn't have lost them. I know they're not lost. They're somewhere in the house. They're coming back from vacation. Lord knows where they were. And today I'm going to get a haircut. I cannot wait. My hair is in my face and it's driving me crazy. And I'm just going to add like a bluish sky background. And then we'll do the seeds and the words. So as some of you know, I was dealing with some health issues, my back especially, and I finally had a stimulator implant done in March. That is helping for the most part. I still have some issues with numbing, but I'm not in the pain that I was in. And pain makes you not want to do anything. Like it really just makes you want to sit around and just not do anything. And that's where I was. It was really difficult. But so far, this implant's working. So they color like crayons. But they stay sharp. And they just twist up and up and up and up. The other pack I had for years, and it was still going strong. I bought it on a whim. I didn't know how it would work, but I'm very happy with them. But if you have colored pencils right now, you can do this with them. If you have crayons, you can do it with them. So there's our flower. Yes, it is, Sabrina. It is wonderful. It's okay if you don't have these. You can just use pencils, crayons, use whatever you've got. There's no, these are just my favorite, but if you're doing your journal entries with me every day, then show me and I will add you into this drawing that I'm going to do for a box of Twistables. I didn't get any paintbrushes yesterday because I didn't really need any, but I hope that my little tutorial on the levels of paintbrushes at Michael's will help you when you go buy paintbrushes. I need a different color. Nope. Did you know today is Flag Day? Popped up on my calendar. I don't know where my dogs are in here, but I don't know where they are. There's Peaches. Hey, Peach. So I'm just getting I want a darker color for the pollen sticks. I'm sure they're not called sticks, but I don't know what they are. You will have to let me know if this is a good time for you. Or, I mean, the nice thing is that you can watch the replay. You know, the replay is not going anywhere. So I have fuchsia and I have royal fuchsia. So this is filled with sand or some sort of filler. It's like a weight. It is heavy, but it helps. It helps my shakes calm down while I'm doing art. And see, you can paint right over this. Unlike the pastel chalk, it doesn't like paint very much because it's loose. I think if we sprayed it, kind of, uh, sprayed it with something, it would stay. So I think I'm going to do purple metallic dots on the end of and Sargent. I like Sargent, and you can get this at Walmart. Walmart has it now, or Amazon. I'm just using the back of my paintbrush to make the pollen bulbs that the bees like. And we're going to go in the middle and do the same thing in a circle. So you don't have to get the Mandela tools. You can always use the back of your paintbrush. So there's the flower. Pretty as she is. Then we're going to write on here with permanent marker, because I think it might be easier than paint marker, but we'll see. Could prove me wrong. So just start. So what does it look like for you to just take steps of courage to do whatever it is you have been holding back from? Do you need to have a conversation with somebody? Do you need to just book the trip, go visit, just put all things aside and just go with it? What does your courage look like in your heart? Mine is creating. And then like creating art, and then under it is classes. And this is my step to do that is this class. But I would like to have a membership at some point. But I'm not sure when that will look like. Take a trip. Husband. We're learning. The kids are growing up and moving out. And so we're learning how to be with each other again. Which isn't as hard as I thought it would be. My kids want me to write a cookbook. I think my friends do too. So these are things like that you have been humming about doing and how to do it and how to get there. And that's what this is writing what you've been sitting on, whether it's days, years, months, whatever. It's just about you. Um, the other one is to quit smoking. And that's under just start. It's something I have been wanting to do and trying to do, and I just need to do it because I would be a healthier me. writing a cookbook. They want my recipes and they want family recipes. So I did that for some people. I did that, but I didn't write an actual cookbook. I just printed up cards and put them in a photo album to make like a cookbook. But they said I should write a cookbook because I do easy. Even though I use a lot of herbs and spices, I do easy cooking. Nobody has time for 5-course meals anymore. I mean, I do that. I'd like to entertain. Um, so, like for me, this membership, maybe a palette knife work. And dotting. I also have a like an herb stand that I'm trying to create. Do you? That's good. I need to make one for my kids. They don't they don't have one, but I would almost like to rather write a book and have it published. But and then this last one I think is think outside the box. Find find my niche. Go with what I know. Don't recreate the wheel. Or I do glass, I do metal, wood, canvas. So that's what mine looks like. There's a lot on there. So what does yours look like? It can be anything. Whether it's spending more time with your family, whether it's taking the trip, um, oh my goodness, buying a new phone holder. Um, it's you. Like this is me. Like this is all mine, and this is what I struggle with that I've been trying to think about for months. I thought I had it all figured out, and then COVID hit, and then you're having to recreate what you wanted to do. And so for me, this was starting this journaling class, this freebie for 100 days, because a lot of us want to start journaling, but we don't know how to do it. And so that's what this is about. This is getting your thoughts, your dreams, nightmares, um, what have you on paper to get it gone. Get it out of your head and on paper, and then it's done. It's you don't have to think about it anymore because you put it on paper. And I think that's the big thing and lesson in journaling is putting it on paper, getting it out of your psyche and letting it go. I know it's helping me sleep better. Um, because I hold on to things. Like my family's like, Mom, let it go. You're gonna have a heart attack. Um, and now I see why people say journal because it's so helpful and so beneficial for all of us. We all have junk that we need to let go. And so I hope that this has helped you figure out how to do that. Um, and I hope it's helping you do that because we all need a good night's sleep. And we all need to be happy and have positivity in our lives and get through the junk and let it go. Like, throw it out the window. Um, oh, that's what I was going to do. Sorry. One last thing. I want my, see, I need a new finger thingy, whatever you call it. Now you're upside down. Sorry about that. So I'm going to spread the seeds out and around. I'm going to use, oh yeah, I also got to go to the eye doctor. My husband's like, will you just go already? I'm like, yeah. So I'm just going to spread the seeds from the middle outwards and down, and maybe we'll make a little puddle of them down at the bottom. So the other thing, like I wanted to do with my husband, was take ballroom dancing lessons, but luck would have it, the ballroom place closed. I think that happened at some point with COVID. I don't know, but one day it was there, and the next it was gone. So there. So there's seeds up in the air, and then there's seeds falling down. All right, knock it off. So you can make it with a stem, or you can just do a big flower. It's really up to you. But see, the nice thing about crayons or twistables is you can write over them with a permanent marker. Or probably any markers will do, I'm going to guess. But I used my permanent fine point Sharpie. So there you have it. I hope you like this lesson today. I hope it makes you think about just starting your dreams and just starting what you've put on hold and taking that leap and getting on with it and letting go of the crap, letting go of the junk that is clouding your head. Just let it go. Put it down on paper. Try not to cry about it. Crying's good, but getting it down on paper and getting it out of your subconscious is better. I'm finding that journaling is helping get rid of the stuff. So tomorrow, I'm starting anew. Brave enough to be you. The planet just really needs you to be you, okay? So we're already on chapter 2. So tomorrow is day 6. Goodness, we've been at this for 6 days. That's pretty cool. So I hope that you're loving this as much as I am, and I hope that you're enjoying the process of journaling and the art that goes along with it for me and for you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you're hot like we are in the 90s and the hundreds, stay cool, drink your water, drink lots of water. Maybe you want to even drink Pedialyte. Um, Stay cool and stay happy and stay positive. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a wonderful, exciting, fun-filled day of creating. Take care. Bye.